So let's start right here with the first number that you haven't heard yet tonight. 17%. This is a 17% increase in your taxes. 17%. It's not a penny, it's not a dollar, and it's not 1%. It's 17%. That's how you get to $3 billion. 17%. That we put out literature from our county, from our school district, from wherever, and never once tell people that it's 17%. What happened to all the transparency that all of us pretend to believe in? It's non-existent. This is an attempt to fool people into thinking they're paying next to nothing and to hit them with a 17% tax increase. If your ad valorem taxes were going up 17%, there isn't a person in the room who would vote for it. Well, your sales taxes are going up 17%. Thank you. You ought to clap for it, because all I'm saying is the two people who spoke before me should have said, this is a 17% tax increase, and here's the reason why it's justified, instead of pretending it was something else. Number two, let's talk about the county. I'm going as fast as I can. The county's going to get about $800 million. The cities are going to get $500 million. That's because the county's not allowed to get money without giving to the cities. That's important. Why? Because when the county went to, say, Boca Raton and said, you have to take money, Boca said, we don't want it. We don't need it. And we don't want to burden our own citizens with additional taxes. They said, too bad. The law is you have to take it. I live in Palm Beach Gardens. Same argument. We don't want it. We don't need it. Our council didn't ask for it. I don't think there's a council in the county that asked for it. There are counties, cities like West Palm Beach, that never have enough money, who, when they were told they can get money, said, okay, now we'll sit down and make a list. Understand how this thing is going? This thing is like $1.3 billion for county money, of which the real number, from the people I speak to, is $400 million. Meaning there's $400 million of projects like whatever the sheriff needs, that have an urgency, that make it worthwhile to do something. So the answer is, what is it that we should do? And the answer is bond it. Why should we bond it? Here's what something, I don't know, I'm sure there are many people in this room who, like myself, have municipal bonds. Here's what I will tell you. One, we're a AAA county. God bless the people who run it. AAA is not a minor issue. Two, for a $450 million 10 to 15 year bonding issue, our rate will be under 2.5%. This is a gift. We won't get this again in our lifetimes. Passing this up so that we could raise $1.3 billion, of which we only need $400 million, and burden everybody for the next 10 years is just awful public policy. So I suggest that people rethink it. I will also tell you, at the end of the 10 years, if we do what everybody wants, there will not be a single signature project. When somebody said, what did we get? Yes, we got the ball fields got repaved or remowed or lighting and so on. All of that is true. Some of them really need it. Most of them do it out of their annual taxes like everybody else. But are we going to get the sawgrass coming into Palm Beach County like we should have had 30 years ago? No. Are we going to get State Route 7 going up to North Lake, which those of us at the north end are desperate for? No. There's not going to be a single signature project to show for your $3 billion. Now, let me go back to a number that nobody's heard yet, called $600 million. Our property values are up this year. What should have been done is we all should get a reduction in the millage rate. Now, when the issue was put to the county, the quote from the county was, we're taking all of it. All of it means they're taking $60 million this year and every year, just because they think they can. So, here's what you get. You do the bonding, you bond $400 million at under 2.5%, you do the $60 million, and you don't need the penny, because the $60 million more than pays over the next 10 years for every dollar of principal and interest for that $400 million. This whole thing is unnecessary, and You're lucky you invited me, so you get to find out why. Now let's go to the bad side. That was the good news. The bad news is the school board and where we are in the county. So let me get caught up because I'm going much faster than I wanted to. Our school district is grossly overfunded. Actually, what I wanted to propose was, instead of giving them a half-cent increase over the next 10 years, I was going to ask them to give us a half-cent decrease over the next 10 years. So give me 5 minutes and watch this. Our school district has tens of thousands of students whose families would like them in charter schools. Today we have 19,000 kids in charter schools out of 190,000. I use those numbers, they're close, and they round to a nice 10%. You're not going to have a 21st century school system with only 10% of your kids in charter school. That you can be sure of. Okay, our school board passed a resolution going against state law to make sure we could turn down charters just on the basis of, well, there's already a school that has that kind of theme or appealing to that kind of demographic. So now we're allowed to say no. So there is an assault against the charter school movement and the potential charter school movement, which are disproportionately minority, poor, and have no real representation on any elected board in this county. And they're ganged up on, and because of that, we only have 19,000 kids when these schools have a combined waiting list in the tens of thousands of kids. Why is this important? I am going to tell you something that I promise you will not believe. I promise, so we'll have Q&A and ask the other guys. Charter schools are free. The ad valorem taxes that you pay, that we pay, not $1 goes to a charter school. You need to get this straight. Not $1. It's worse than that. The money that the state sends for the charter schools, our school district clips 5% of it because they have to fill out a few forms. It's free. We can double the charter school population and save $300 million a year. And most importantly, put kids in the schools their families want them to be in. There's a tremendous demand all over the country, in all urban counties, for kids to get out of the old public schools, minority kids, and into schools that they think meet their needs. And I'm not here saying that one set of schools is better or worse. I'm saying some people think that some schools meet their needs better than other schools meet their needs. Only in this county, we side with one and not with the other. 2 years ago, we passed a referendum that raised our ad valorem taxes by a small amount to pay for art and music teachers. Everybody remember that? We all voted for it. Good. What you may not remember is in that referendum, right in the language, it said excluding charter schools. They put it right there. They weren't going to let $1 go to those poor minority kids for a music teacher, for an art teacher, for any kind of teacher. So we have work to do, and every time they tell you that they need more money, it's because they don't want to let these charter school kids out. And by them not letting them out, you want to talk about affordable housing? Well, talk about the taxes that stay up, because we can't let the state pay for our schools, and we have to we pay for them through ad valorem. You vote against this, you lower your ad valorem, the state will pay for whatever it is when we let these kids out of the regular schools and into the charter schools. I'm almost done. I shouldn't be, but I'm almost done. And let me kind of sum up in a couple of ways, a couple of quick notes. One, I'm very glad we hired Dr. Avoza. He's actually a 21st century school board superintendent. He just needs a 21st century game plan. And he doesn't have it, and he needs it. He's the right guy at the right time. But all he has learned is he's not allowed to let kids go to the schools where their parents want to go. So you talk about the need for technology, wiring, and on and on and on. It's the charter schools that do it. These schools that are falling down, 50-year-old schools, please do the world a favor. Sell them. sell them. Charter schools, the state sends the money, they build you a brand new school, doesn't cost us a dime. All right, sum up. One, the county only needs $450 million, and this year's ad valorem taxes will pay for all of it. Two, our school district needs to free the poor minority students to attend the kind of schools they prefer, not the kind we prefer for them. Three, alternative education is free, paid for by the state. Save our money, save our kids, build a 21st century school system. Fifth, and those falling down schools, sell them. And my single last point, you don't have, listen, I did in 1/5 the time what the two of them did. All right, my last point is this: when you go home tonight and you watch the news, and every night in this county when you watch news you get to meet the mugger of the day. Yeah, I know it sounds funny, except when you're on Power Line 2 weeks ago and the lady and the mugger of the day comes out of the car and shoots through the window right into her face. That could be any one of us in this room, right? And the mugger of the day, you can get it 365 days a year, and here's what I promise you. Not one of those muggers will be a charter school alumnus. I thank Margie in particular for getting me to speak here tonight. God bless all of you.